Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. A handheld game console, or simply handheld console, is a small, portable self-contained video game console with a built-in screen, game controls and speakers. Handheld game consoles are smaller than home video game consoles and contain the console, screen, speakers, and controls in one unit, allowing people to carry them and play them at any time or place. Let's take a look at some best of the best handheld console available in the market right now. Nintendo Switch. It should go without saying that Nintendo takes the top spot in the category it more or less reinvented. The original Switch does it all. It puts Nintendo's first-party titles into a handheld that gets great battery life most of the time. Pop off the Joy-Con controllers to play with the screen propped up on the kickstand, or put the screen into a dock to play on your TV. You probably don't need to be told that the Switch is a great Nintendo console, but if you're still on the fence 6 years later, it's worth mentioning it has become a great indie games console. I've personally spent more hours playing Stardew Valley on this than Mario Kart 8. While the Switch's hardware is low-powered even compared to the previous generation of PlayStation and Xbox consoles, it's a great platform for third-party developers to bring over their library of older or less graphically intensive games to give them a new lease on life. Nintendo Switch OLED. The original Switch is a fantastic device, but it has a couple of minor flaws. The screen isn't the best quality, and its flimsy kickstand isn't super sturdy and can break easily. Fortunately, both of these are fixed with the Switch OLED. This one comes with a bigger 7-inch screen, plus a reliable kickstand that spans the entire width of the console. It also has 64 GB of built-in storage instead of the 32 GB on the original. You probably don't need to upgrade if you already have a Switch, but if you're looking to get one for the first time, this model is only $50 more and you get a lot of extra bang for those few extra bucks. Valve Steam Deck. The Steam Deck had some issues when it first came out, but after a barrage of updates and nearly 2 years on the market, I'm comfortable saying it's the second best way to take your games outside the house. Behind the Switch, it has all the buttons and control sticks you'd expect from a typical controller, making it compatible with most games that have controller support, plus a pair of touchpads that help approximate a mouse when you need finer control than thumbsticks can typically provide. Every button is customizable, so if a game wasn't designed to run in handheld mode, you can still make most of them work. Despite using a compatibility layer to play Windows games on a custom Linux build, the vast majority of games in your Steam library run exceptionally well on the Steam Deck. That includes a lot of AAA titles you wouldn't expect to work on the relatively low-powered processor. Don't get me wrong, you probably won't be playing Starfield on this thing, and most high-end games will need to use the lowest graphics settings. Lenovo Legion Go. We've put off the Windows-based handhelds as long as we can, but it's finally time to address the elephant in the room. A lot of manufacturers have tried to build a Steam Deck competitor that runs Windows. The main flaw is, well, they run Windows. That means extra bloat that gamers don't need, a battery that drains way faster than it would on a purpose-built gaming device, and a ton of user interface jank that makes it a nightmare to navigate to your games. With all that in mind, the Lenovo Legion Go is the best attempt we've seen at this so far. It has 2 detachable controllers, similar to the Switch. Its innovative FPS mode bridges the gap between controller and mouse input, and it even has the same wide, sturdy kickstand as the Switch OLED. There are 2 USB-C ports, one on the top and one on the bottom, so you can plug it in no matter how you're playing. Since it runs Windows, it can technically run any PC game, not just the ones on Steam. Some honorable mentions. There are a ton of other gaming handhelds on the market, and many are either streaming-only devices or Windows-based handhelds, neither of which are particularly easy to pull off. These aren't our top picks, but they're still handhelds we'd recommend over anything else. Nintendo Switch Lite for $200. The Switch Lite is the cheapest version of the Switch, but not by a ton. It lacks detachable controllers, and you can't dock it to play on your TV. This is for portable gaming exclusively. If you're fine with that, then you can save a little money with this version, but if you want to play with separate controllers or on your TV, or if you're just unsure, then it's probably worth spending a little extra on the regular Switch or Switch OLED. Asus ROG Ally for $700. We were pretty harsh to the ROG Ally in our review, and for good reason. It has the same jank as other Windows-based handhelds. However, we're keeping an eye out to see if this one goes on sale. It technically has better specs than the Steam Deck, and if you can get past the interface weirdness and play near a charging cable, it's a solid option at a lower price, but to be clear, this scraped into our honorable mentions by the skin of its teeth, so it better be a really good sale. And that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions or suggestions, do let me know in the comment section.